Most new routers these days have a variable speed option, and many folks who own older single speed routers equip them with aftermarket variable speed controllers. Why? Why do we need to control the speed of the router motor? The answer to that question is a little more complex than you might think. It involves safety and cut quality, but you must also consider other variables such as feed rate. So let's cover these quickly. The biggest reason to have a variable speed adjustment on your router is to slow down the rotation of larger router bits. At 24,000 RPM, the cutters of the outer perimeter on a 1-inch wide profile bit like this are moving at a respectable 71 miles per hour. But on a larger bit, spinning at the same 24,000 RPM, such as this 3-inch panel raiser, the cutters are moving at a blistering 213 miles per hour. Router bits are not designed to endure the centrifugal forces generated at those speeds. You must slow down your router to use larger bits safely. Here's a little chart illustrating the safe speeds for the various sizes of router bits you may use based upon manufacturer's recommendations. I suggest copying it onto a piece of paper and keeping it with your router bit collection. But safety isn't the only reason to slow down a router's speed. The quality of the cut can also be affected. For example, a bit that's spinning too quickly will generate more friction and heat, potentially scorching the wood and even damaging the bit. A bit that's spinning too slowly can leave a fuzzy or rippled surface behind. Of course, some of these problems can be remedied by adjusting the feed rate, the speed at which you pass the workpiece over the router table, or the speed at which you move a handheld router over a workpiece. If the bit is spinning too quickly and taking too many cuts per second, increase the feed rate to reduce the number of cuts per second. But feed rate alone won't solve every problem. As I said, the larger the bit gets, the faster it cuts, and if you can't slow it down at the motor, you will reach a point where you simply cannot safely feed the stock quickly enough to compensate. And a bit that's spinning too quickly may also vibrate and leave chatter marks on the workpiece, no matter how you adjust your feed rate. Even small vibrations at the bit can cause the collet to loosen, and you can imagine what may go wrong. So while experience will help you develop a feel for your optimal feed rate, you should still adjust your router's speed at the motor to match the bit you're using. But what if your router's speed dial includes only single digits rather than actual RPM settings? You'll have to do some testing. Securely install any bit and begin slowly increasing the speed until it begins to vibrate. You may feel the vibration, you may even begin to see it. Back the speed off until that vibration stops. Try this with bits of different sizes. The profiles don't matter, just the range of the bit's outer diameter. If the bit isn't vibrating, chances are you're within the safe speed range for that bit and any others of similar size. So note the dial settings on your chart for future reference. Of course, these speeds are only a guide. They will keep you safe, but they may not produce the optimal cut from the material you're using or the rate at which you're feeding your stock. It never hurts to make a practice cut in some scrap material before running your good workpieces. If you see some scorching, if your bit is chattering or skipping along the edge, slow the speed or increase your feed rate. If the edge is fuzzy, or you have fine ripples, or you're experiencing tear out in figured wood, increase the speed while staying in the safe range for your bit size, or slow your feed rate. If you're routing a dado or a groove or a mortise and the dust is really hot when you're finished, decrease the speed to reduce the heat buildup and extend the life of your bit. And don't forget to control the depth of your cut as well. If you're removing too much material in a single pass, you may spoil the cut regardless of the speed. But that's a subject for a different video. If you're looking for a new router, I'll also link to a video that explains the other features you might want to look for. See you next time. Featherboards improve the quality and safety of table saw and router table cuts, if you use them. Hedgehog featherboards are designed to be easier to use. With a single knob and one-handed operation for quick adjustments, there are no more excuses. Check them out at the link below this video. Wait, don't go yet. If you're new here, please subscribe and remember to ring the bell. I would really appreciate that. Give us a thumbs up, or better yet, leave us a comment. I always read them. And be sure to check out the latest issue of Stumpy Nubs Woodworking Journal. It's always packed with tips, tricks, and tutorials designed to make you a better woodworker.